welcome back to another episode of Comic Shop Talk. Wow, consistency. This is so cool. I'm here with a couple of people. I'm Jose, your host. I got Jake Motzinger. We're doing last names to this. Ben Motzinger.
I'm here.
Co-owners. And I got Tyler Wood.
T-Bone!
T-Boy. Come on.
T-Boy. His hair's down.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I think we gotta go with Cardi T.
Cardi
I think
T.
T-Boy is it, dude.
Yep.
It's stuck.
Record number
awesome.
of nicknames. Cool. Okay, so I think we're just going to be talking about current happenings in the comic book community. There's one thing I've been really wanting to talk about. We started talking about this yesterday, but Absolute Batman. I want to get people's takes on.
I told you that's the one thing I wouldn't talk about.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm out of here.
Did you tell him that or no?
Anyway, thanks for listening, guys, to another episode of Comic Shop.
No, I can talk about Absolute Batman all day.
Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and just say we're probably going to talk spoilers about where we are currently.
Yes,
Issue 12?
without question.
So I'm sure if you guys are remotely interested in Absolute Batman,
have you looked at the internet? Because everyone who's seen
It's
the
everywhere.
internet they've seen
I
what's
think
going on
like
here.
the 2 week range, like that's enough time. Like
We're
it's been
getting,
2 weeks.
We're
since
getting
the
close
last
to issue 13. But yeah, I want to talk about issue 12 first, and then I want to get your guys' thoughts on issue 13, which I think is what the internet has kind of been talking about recently. I think it's issue 13, but it could just be for a later issue. Issue 12, I think was pretty, I want to say like universally loved. I know. There
Okay,
are
look,
some...
I he's pointing at me. You can't see it. I really enjoyed reading that, but in the same vein, I'm like, why are we rushing to get this done?
Yeah.
Personally, I was enjoying taking our time a bit more. I didn't feel like we needed to do all this right at one shot, and that like Batman, Bruce gets back to Gotham, and like all of his friends are totally messed up. I would have rather have seen all of his friends just be kidnapped and slowly turned into whatever they're turned into, which is what you've seen in this issue. It was absolutely brutal to read. I mean, it was heavy.
So
Absolutely.
much body. Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, they made all the characters, all these former villains from the previous universe, into kind of likable, relatable guys in this universe where they kind of made sense as friends, and everybody was themselves, but like in a more positive way because they all had each other growing up, and then kind of cutting us out at the knees on every single one of those characters in one fell swoop was like fairly devastating to read. And I mean I loved it. I do. This is the first time I've heard your take on that. I tend to agree with that a little bit, but I did think it made for kind of a devastating issue that
Definitely a page turner.
Oh,
yeah,
Going through.
yeah.
I mean it was page turner and then like a flip it back over and start again
Yeah,
to see some of the visual.
definitely turn back and see like what did I just see?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I don't know, revisited a single issue this many times. I just, like, even in my head, I just kept thinking about certain panels or when some of the stuff was getting shared on Reddit, I couldn't help but clicking on it and being like, dang,
I think it shows how Bruce was sort of the glue, though, that kept them all together.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he's off the board because how long was he? He was gone for a month
a
or
month or so. Yeah, maybe
Unclear
more.
to me.
yeah. It
Martha-
definitely the
Martha
time
says-
like sped up and
Yeah.
slowed down.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like it was a little all over the
I think
place.
it was
But
considerably longer than a month.
Yeah, it might have been. His mom says it because she was like, "You've been gone for this long," and like slaps him.
But I
Slap
think it
the
just
hug.
shows
Yeah.
that like his friendship like kept them together, and then as soon as he's
Yeah.
gone, because the whole conceit of Absolute Universe is that like origins have changed, but the characters at their foundation are still
yeah,
the same.
Yeah.
And how they get there is maybe a little different, and that's what's interesting about these storylines in the Absolute Universe. But
Yeah.
at the core, Batman is still Batman, even if he is 1,000 pounds and
6'9" and or wow, yeah, 400 something
Yeah.
pounds.
Absolute unit.
He's huge.
I feel like I really would have enjoyed seeing Bruce try to figure out where they were and then getting to where they were and discovering what had happened to them, as opposed to just like coming back home and everybody's in a hospital room next to each other all messed up. But there's still a lot to go, and I'm not sure how that's going to go from there. So I mean, it could end up being incredible for
Yeah,
that.
it feels like we're being like kind of trickle fed the Joker stuff, and that issue made me feel like we're much closer to getting Joker than we were prior to that. It's like
Funny you should mention that.
Funny that brings us to our very next.
yeah. Well,
but
I mean,
yeah,
even
yeah.
before we had the preview images and the previews that had the stuff and spoiler stuff coming out for 13, I did feel like while I was reading 12, it's like, okay, we just got every other major villain, and we've only seen the back of Joker and then like him with his hat down.
So
It felt like Joker was about to step off the helicopter and land in Gotham.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the image that they released of what they're calling Absolute Joker is a variant, I think, for issue 13. So it's kind of spoilery, but they're also putting it out there for everyone to see before you even start reading the book.
It looks kind of like if I remember correctly, kind of like the
Death metal.
I was gonna say like when Joker gets all baned out in the video game.
Arkham, yeah,
and
yeah.
He's all crazy and huge.
Kinda, yeah.
It looked kind of like that. It's just like massive, hulking Joker.
Yeah.
It's issue 15.
Issue
is what
15.
that-
15. Okay.
Oh my god. First my reputation in the reptile community, now my reputation in the comic community is cool.
What a loser. So I'm your new host. I'm not that worried about it because honestly, this is probably my fourth favorite Absolute title, anyways. So for me, I'm just kind of along for the ride.
I'm still
Batman
enjoying
is?
it.
Yeah,
That's a hot take, everybody.
I think I'm going Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Superman, then Batman. If I'm ranking them right now.
I think Martian is my number one. We'll see because it's very very early on. Still, I guess technically it's at the halfway point. They're taking a break, but Wonder Woman and Batman are just neck and neck.
I lean Batman, then I go Wonder Woman, Manhunters. But like on any given week, if that issue comes out, my mind has changed, and all of a sudden that's my favorite
Yeah,
issue.
every time.
Like Superman is saying something, and if you're not reading it, it's absolutely just like it's.
I think it's the strongest story. That one has the weakest art. Like,
Yeah.
I like the art, but it's just sort of standard.
Yeah, it
Whereas
looks
the other
most like
books
a regular
have
comic.
kind of, they're doing different things.
Yeah.
And
Like
are
Hayden Sherman's
interesting
doing a
to
great
look at.
job on Wonder Woman.
Oh, so beautiful.
Martine's doing a great work on Manhunter, and then Dragata's work, the exaggeration of it all, and like just how much he just sells these like wild transformations of the people's bodies is like it's hard to look at, and I just feel like his art is perfect for this, and it's just been a really fun ride.
His artwork on it keeps it where it's at the top of. I really do love it because of that, but I'm way more into the art than the story on Absolute Batman personally.
That's fair. I mean, I like everything Dragata's ever done. Yeah, there were low points in the East of West where I was only reading it really for his art and to see what he was putting on the page.
Every issue has panels that I want to put on my wall.
Yeah.
I mean, he is so incredible.
If you guys haven't read Ghost Cage, that's a
Yeah.
Ghost Cage
great,
is awesome.
underrated Dragata book. I think he co-wrote it too. If you like anime and you've been wanting, or manga also, if you've been wanting to dabble into comics, that's a great transition into it. It's beautiful and clearly has a lot of like anime manga inspiration behind it too.
I feel like
East of West is that same way. If you're enjoying Dragata's work on Absolute Batman, like I cannot recommend East of West enough. It's just such a cool alternate timeline history where everything just advances very quickly, and the country is split into 7 different nations, and they're all like fascinating.
I feel like a lot of people were walking in and not necessarily making fun of the art, but they didn't get it at first.
Absolutely.
And those people are.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna
stop that.
we got an absolute jar. Okay,
Yeah, we
dollar
can
and
sound-
everybody says
we're
it.
gonna have to.
But now Dragata is so loved by your standard comic book. Like you're not way into comic book people who weren't on East of West or hadn't really been exposed to this kind of like exaggerated and really
Very
expressive form.
stylized. Yeah.
Very stylized. They're about it now, and I think
Who was doing the
same
fill-in
is true
stuff?
for Martian Manhunter.
Marcos Martin.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we were just like, so is Dragata done now? I was like, no, he's coming back, but like his stuff takes time.
Yeah.
Like you can't have that level of detail and have it be like every month and be that good every month.
They haven't gone on break. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They
Well, and that's
haven't.
an example of using a fill-in artist that matches. It's different, but also fits the tone and the style. The Absolute Wonder Woman villain, I didn't love. Like, it was just a very, but it was such a different style than Hayden Sherman.
It looked so much like
I really
Greek
loved
mythology,
it.
like paintings. And
Sure,
like,
sure.
It was just so beautiful.
It was so different.
It
I
was,
do
yeah.
like that. When they're using these, it's usually like the flashback issue where you're kind of finding out what happened, what really went on when they were younger, and so it's almost like you're seeing it through their memory, and so it is going to be different than.
That's a really good way
reality.
to do these kind of fill-in type things.
The Little Diana, the
my gosh.
B-side
Oh,
stories
that
by
was so
Dustin Wynn,
cute.
they were so good. That definitely sparks like that childhood whimsical like memory. Thinking
Yeah.
back at
I mean, it was Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
100% because they had that one where she's marching
Yeah.
with all the animals behind her. And I was just like,
So
this is Where the
cute.
Wild Things Are.
Absolute Wonder Woman is completely perfect to
Yeah.
me.
yeah, it has not
I
missed.
I love that book so much. I think the art matches so perfectly. I love the way that they're establishing her character and taking time with the villains to build things up. That to me is right where you need to be. Batman is like that on like cocaine. Like it's like
so
they're
on
like,
Venom.
It's the
They're
monster,
Venom
monster
nuts.
energy.
Yeah.
of
It is.
Absolute
It
books.
It is crazy.
Snyder's just shotgunning monsters.
I think they just in the new previews they have the first team up. Absolute Wonder Woman
Yes.
15
November, I think.
has Batman
December.
and Absolute Wonder Woman teaming up, which that was been my one kind of criticism is comparing Ultimate Universe to Absolute is that the Absolutes don't feel as connected.
For sure.
So I'm excited to see them start to.
The cover of
Link
this
up
fit
and-
Absolute Wonder Woman 15 with Hayden Sherman drawing Batman.
Yeah,
is
it's
so
Amazing.
good.
His
Yes.
axe looks so
It's
good.
so good.
Guys, let me describe it for you, for all the listeners. It looks really good.
That's a perfect description. I can see it in my mind.
Thanks.
Spot on. Spot on.
I was also looking at it, so I guess that helps.
Ooh, okay, I think that's a good amount of talking about Absolute.
What a transition!
What a transition. I'll edit this in post. Editor,
Absolutely great transition.
thanks.
Jar.
I wanna touch on any like good new series you guys have read in the last week or two, or maybe even in September. I mean, absolutely. Mainline
Jar.
Batman by Fraction and Jimenez
Yeah.
was stellar.
So good.
Issue 2 is really darn good too. They're all going to be very like episodic, but there is like an overarching plot. But the art is beautiful. It's still dark. I thought it was going to be a little more comic booky and goofy, and it is. It's so funny. Like issue 2 has so many good jokes that made me reread the panels over and over again because it was just so darn funny. But it hits too. It gets dark like you want to. I guess like a lot of people want their Batman books. And one other book, Courts, Children of the Round Table by Tom Taylor. Holy cow. That book, the issue 1 was really good. Issue 2 coming out soon is amazing. It's extremely good. I can't wait to see what's coming. I'm just bummed out that it's only a 6-issue mini. But yeah, if there's anything you guys have been reading.
Honestly, a big one for me is Spider-Man being exciting for me again.
You and Tyler.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
I mean,
it's amazing.
Fantastic.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Tyler and I have been in like a love-hate relationship with the Spider-Man comics for years now, I think. And there's been good little runs and things, but this one finally got to where it seemed like the whole thing was headed. And
Everything kind of just clicked finally.
Yeah, and it is really, really fun to read this. So I'm super excited to see where we get to next with this story.
I will say I was hoping that because it's sort of the story splits in two, and you're following Peter
Yes.
and then everyone back on Earth, and I was kind of hoping. It seems like every issue's gonna flip flop, and I was hoping that it was gonna be like you'd get a little bit of both stories in each issue.
Yeah,
But
I would have been way into that.
like
idea.
where you had even just if one was a backup and then they flipped next time and the focus was the other story, but it's like the most recent issue was just focused on the spider people on Earth, which was awesome, but then I want to see Peter in space, and spoiler alert, but that's been out a while, so
This is common knowledge.
Mhm.
I'm also super excited about this where Hulk has been going, heading to this what is this like new crazy undead Hulk or something. I don't know. They got a weird new setup after this new Incredible Hulk series where this has like been heading with his battle with Eldest, finally maybe getting his body taken over or something. This entire run by Philip Kennedy Johnson is unbelievably good, so I cannot wait to do more. Infernal Hulk, Ben just showed me some action on there. Really, like that one's gonna be tough to sell to people. I think if you haven't been reading this, but I couldn't recommend reading both Immortal Hulk and then this current run of Incredible Hulk and seeing Hulk's monster vibes be brought back to life. And it's like got such a cool corner of the Marvel Universe that gets ignored. That's like so much fun.
Well, I think it's leaning into the horror element of the Hulk stuff, and they've been doing it since Immortal, where like it is straight up like he is the monster in the night, and they're doing a really good job of that, and they have been for a while now. But like actually having a horror book in a mainline Marvel, where people will ask like, "Oh, you guys got any cool Marvel horror?" and I'd point them towards Hulk, and sometimes they're just like, "Well, I don't know." Like, trust me, it is a horror book, and it's just so fun to have him be the monster because like I don't know how many horror movies I watch where I root for the monster, but like in the Hulk, you're obviously rooting for the monster, but he is the terror of everyone else around him.
Well, it's done right because it's Frankenstein style, where it's like he's not trying to hurt anybody. They're like let him live, leave him be.
Leave him on his mountain.
But people keep messing with him, so he's got some stuff to avenge.
Bet you've been reading anything?
I've been playing catch up mostly, but like while we're on that. Cannot recommend Assorted Crisis Events more.
Oh my gosh!
Volume 1's out.
Yeah, I just caught up, and that is a powerful book. Dennis Camp, we talk about him a lot. If you ask me a story, if you ask me for recommendations, I'd probably say his name, because every book he's writing currently is just
gold.
Like, I mean, it's off the charts. It's the consistency of his writing right now is reaching levels. I mean, he's in the stratosphere for multiple issues in a row. I mean, we're talking about the entirety of Ultimates, the entirety of Martian Manhunter so far, the Assorted Crisis Events, all coming out at the same time, coming out monthly, on time, and they're all A+ books to me.
I find it so refreshing that you get a writer that doesn't write for the trade. Like he's writing comic books to be read as single issue comics, and that's not to say that the trade won't be a good read. But I've been telling everyone who picks up Assorted Crisis Events as a trade, and Ultimates for that matter, both by the same guy, to like read an issue a day. I'm like, don't just burn this like it's one sitting. It'd be like binging Black Mirror. Like I feel like you should like read.
Yeah, it's an anthology, so each issue is a self-contained,
and it's worth sitting in the story for a second before you roll on to the next thing and occupy your mind with that space.
Yeah, I feel like you could muddle concepts if you try to read through it too fast. You'd be like, but what about this thing? It's like, don't worry about that thing. You're in this world right now, in this issue. Focus on that. And I think the fun part is that there is some something that's keeping them all held together. There's like a glue there for both Ultimates and Assorted Crisis, and for that matter, Martian Manhunter, where they're all cohesive across the entire line. But you're right, like they do take place in different time and space, and so you really don't need to burn through it. I think it does it a disservice if you try to burn through it.
To me, it's like he's writing a textbook on how to write comic books. Like it embraces everything that the comics used to be, where you picked up a comic and you had a full story. You could pick it up at any point and jump in. It's been so cool that like we haven't had Assorted Crisis Events 2 maybe in a little while or something, but I'm like, just pick up 3.
Read 3. Read 4.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that is so awesome to have a book like that on the shelf where if an issue stands out, I'm like, yeah, reorder a bunch of those. I want to have that one for the shelf. I don't care if somebody's read 4. I can recommend 5.
Yeah,
there's no barrier to reading. Like
that is so I feel like difficult to do given the way that we currently like have produced comics and consume. Yeah, it's just so refreshing, and I think people are really jiving with it, and so I think a lot of people could learn from this. I mean, shorter story arcs are with an overarching thing or just the way.
Yeah. No, I've been loving Assorted Crisis. I love when people come in and ask for recommendations, being able to tell them, like, this issue is about this one's about this one, and they're like, oh, this one sounds really good, and they just pick up that one. Or we've also had, I've had like a subscriber just being like, oh, I don't think I'm picking up this month's issue of Assorted Crisis. Like, I just don't I'm not in the mood for something, because they're heavy. They're very, very,
Yeah.
very heavy. And he was like, I don't think I can do that right now. And then just jumps back in next month with like the next issue.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, that was really, really dope. Tyler, anything?
For me, it's the Energon stuff. I never was a Transformers or G.I. Joe guy, and these all of them have been
Seconded.
just amazing. They're like the first books I read every week, and just seeing Daniel Warren Johnson wrap up his run of Transformers
Beautiful.
was bittersweet, but it was so just
It was so satisfying.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I mean, we were talking about the other day. I haven't owned a Transformer toy since I was a child. We had our grandmother had bought one for keep at her house so we'd be entertained when we went over there. And I counted when I went home the other day and added that Megatron. Now I have 16 Transformers figures on the shelf. And it's all every time a character has a moment in the Energon universe, I'm like, oop, I'm going to buy that one. And I get find the Studio Series version, and now I've just got them all hanging out. And it's awesome because now I have a connection with them that I've never had before. And I've read a lot of Transformers and a lot of Joe, and it never really resonated with me. And I mean, I kind of am starting to lean in with Tyler on this, that I think I'm enjoying Joe maybe more than Transformers now.
Yeah, there's something about it, maybe just because the characters are a little more recognizable because they're humans, but it touches on Transformers too, because there's Transformers in that book, and I think it's just seeing the interplay between all the characters is fun, and
for
you
that
get
matter, Void Rivals is
Yeah.
unreal
So
good. Skuxoid is so awesome. He's a throwaway character from the old Transformers from the TV show, and now he's got this incredible backstory. He's so interesting. I'm rooting for him. He's been kind of a bad guy, but also not. He's so fantastic. And Void Rivals is if you're checking out these other ones, it's a must read. But regardless, it's a really good Kirkman space story.
Well, you're also getting Transformers in all of them too. I mean, I am now a huge Hot Rod fan just because of he is the coolest guy in Void Rivals, and he's just cool to have around. Now you got Hound is hanging out with Clutch in G.I. Joe, which is just an awesome wrinkle to throw in. That he's Clutch. Only 2 people know that Clutch's truck is Hound, and that's just it's going to be such a fun point going forward because Clutch is building this serious bond with a Transformer, and so that'll be kind of bridging the gap, because as we saw in the last one, we can't say not the last one, because we definitely didn't get an advanced copy of 25 that I was about to spoil for everybody.
I'll edit it in post.
There's just a cool human element being added in the Joe series with Clutch.
the government too, where you
Yeah.
can't necessarily trust everyone, all the higher ups and everything.
I feel like all these stories are taking their time in the best way too. Nothing is rushing to move forward. They're we don't know where Snake Eyes is in the G.I. Joe comic.
We haven't seen Scarlet since that miniseries too.
Yeah, that is cool, man. That's telling me that they're actually taking their time to build this thing up and introduce. They're not just here's the fan favorites who sell comics. They're taking their time to do this, which is I'm really hoping that they're gonna give us more time on Absolute Batman for Joker. I don't want them to go ahead and throw him in there just yet. See through this Bane story.
Yeah.
Take time.
Bane could have been a multiple arc villain in
I
my
mean,
opinion.
I'm sure he'll
He
be
could-
around
he
for
still
quite
could
a
be,
while.
yeah.
I mean, obviously regular Bane's been around up
Yeah.
and down for a long time. Sometimes good, sometimes not.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes we lean on certain villains as crutches, and Joker's definitely one of those where if you need somebody to do something really messed up and get Shock Factor and get people to jump on the book,
Get the
you
Jonkler.
throw the Joker in there. But right now, Bane is the whole reason you should be reading this book, because that is one sadistic, twisted dude.
Talk of the town.
And the backstory issue from was that 11?
The
was
Alfred one?
Yeah.
Dude, that issue got memed into oblivion, and I love it.
So awesome.
So many Alfred memes of him being Bane's the scariest man I've ever seen. It's so funny. Okay, cool. Well, upcoming books. On topic of Energon and Void Rivals, Kirkman writing that he's about to take over Transformers, the mainline series, and I have a feeling he's gonna start really kind of crossing the streams, connecting all the titles.
Yep.
Maybe working in some other properties too.
Maybe.
Seeing a little bit of.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. The Hasbro
Jake,
universe is pretty large, and there's a lot of really cool stuff to come up soon.
and you haven't read the latest issue of Transformers, right? The
No, I'm gonna
advanced
wait
copy.
till it comes in.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my hands.
I can tell you that I have read it, and there is no
it's-
drop off in the storytelling. It felt very organic because I think we read it literally like hours after the 24th issue came in.
Yeah.
We got to read them both back to back, and there was no drop off in how the story was being told.
The
Like,
scripting
yeah.
is so especially like the action. It's planned out so
And-
like it loses no momentum.
I
It's
mean,
very
Kirkman,
high
if you're gonna
octane.
hand it to somebody and like hope that it goes for a long time, this is the guy. I mean, like very few other comic writers right now are on a book. Will stick to a book for 100-some issues, and I legitimately could see Transformers going with Kirkman for 160 issues.
Mike Spicer staying on the colors.
Yeah,
Big
that
fan.
helps. But that helps
Huge.
blend or make it a little more cohesive.
Yeah,
too.
the transition is so good. But yeah, oh my gosh, I can't wait for you guys to check it out. The action is it's just as like fast paced and high energy as DWJ or Jorge Corona. It's so darn good. We got Ultimate Endgame coming up too. I don't know anything about what's
Tell
going on.
us about the Ultimate Universe.
So Spider-Man is a guy and a spider. No, I've only kept up with Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't really know what's going on in Ultimates because I think some of those books got hot, like issue 4, and we sold out. I didn't get to read it. I think like Black Panther 2 or 3 got super hot too, so I fell off of that really quick, and I just haven't caught up. But Ultimate Spider-Man has been so darn good.
Well, we already talked about Ultimates. I mean, that was part of our
Yeah.
whole Dennis Camp
Yeah,
run
yeah.
through. But it's looking like the maker's coming back. He's been held back for a full year, and this is I guess 2 years.
2 years, yeah, because
And,
that's been sort of the conceit of Ultimates is like the countdown
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
to that point or whatever when it returns.
and so we don't even know really. We know he's powerful, but we haven't really like seen him in action in a long time. So it kind of gets easy to forget how dangerous this dude is.
He's
And-
also been there for thousands of years, like training for whatever, getting scarier most likely.
Yeah, and so we're gonna get to see, the newly recruited heroes because they've only been doing it for, at
Under 2
very
years.
most 2 years
Yeah.
now, and some of them are still insanely fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna get to see what they've got, what they can combine to do against the Maker. But like, the whole Ultimates universe has been somewhat brutal. I'm very excited. About
This
it.
is they're talking about this like it's the end of the Ultimate run, right? But do we believe that?
Oh no, they're definitely gonna do more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, I guess it'll be like the Avengers Endgame movie where
Yeah.
they're like, this
Saga
that's
1
all led to
or
this.
Phase 1 or something. Yeah.
I just think that they'll.
Well, and it'll be a way for them to reshuffle things too,
Exactly.
maybe change
Creative
creative
teams,
teams,
yeah.
and the status quos will shift maybe in some of the books.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we started hearing some stuff around New York Comic Con in a few weeks of what they're doing next. They like to take big events and announce stuff like that. So, no telling there. We got some crazy Age of Revelation X-Men stuff coming out. So there's like, all these stories are taking over a lot of the standard ones. And
I mean, if you look at some of these covers and some of the character design on the fronts of these, and you don't want to read these books, then I think you just have never cared about an X-Men because these look insane. Like I'm kind of extremely excited to read some of these and just see what's going on. I mean, X-Vengers looks awesome. Unbreakable X-Men looks great. I'm all in. This looks awesome.
Well, and it's all an alternate future,
yeah.
so you kind of feel like you can jump in even if you
sure.
haven't been reading because the solo or the main X-Men title has sort of been teasing this a little bit and setting it up, but I think you can jump into any of these minis, which was Age of Apocalypse back in the day was similar, where it's like you could just read the Weapon X mini if you liked the design of Wolverine and just get a cool Wolverine alternate story. So there's definitely a lot to choose from. Radioactive Spider-Man looks kind of crazy, and just doing a lot of alternate future takes on not just X-Men, but also I think Iron Man's in one of them, and Emma Frost.
Iron and Frost.
Yeah.
We got bouncing back to DC, the Absolute Batman Annual, which
Daniel Warren Johnson.
Daniel Warren Johnson and James Herron.
B-dubs!
James Herron, dude, I love this man's art so very
James
much.
Aaron rules.
His Ultra Mega series is phenomenal.
Definitely fits the body horror, like crazy monster vibe.
100%. Yeah. Like they're like Bane is very, almost kaiju-esque. So so is Killer Croc and now I guess the Joker too. But
Even Batman.
even Batman, yeah. Everyone's just such a beast, and James Herron is gonna work wonders with it. Oh, and this week we have Robert Kirkman's new book too.
Ooh, yeah.
Skinbreaker.
Yeah. It's
David
really
Finch.
Yes.
He's been working on it for like 6 years or something, apparently.
Yeah, that was a
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. No, it's gonna be good. Well, the first issue was really good. And Rook Exodus is coming back at some point soon, I heard.
That book is
The
awesome.
book is so good. And they've been on hiatus for like over a year, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
feel like
wow.
they did a good job getting those out on time when they did, and I feel like it was a well-deserved break for those guys, just because was
They
that
kind of do those in seasons anyway,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like,
yeah, and so like it works out because I think it was meant to be reminiscent of kind of the shows that we had when we were kids, like your Mummies Alive is one of the ones that he brought up in comparison to, so it is supposed to be somewhat like a TV show. So it makes sense to have like an on-season and off-season, and it does, like, it's got that feeling. It's just like these super-powered characters that have their masks, and once they put their masks on, they can go out and do awesome things like control animals that their mask is the totem for. It's a very fun book.
it's in the Geiger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, for all
For
that,
Ghost
the
Machine.
Ghost Machine, yeah. For any of the Ghost Machines, that's probably my favorite
It's
one.
the best, yeah.
I mean, Hyde Street's awesome.
Hyde Street's
but,
really good.
but I would say, yeah, Rook is definitely the best for me.
Hyde Street's such a special and like take on a horror anthology too. That's a good way. Like you can technically just pick up any issue and get a decent self-contained story, but there is very much and
It's very rewarding to read the rest of it.
oh my gosh, yeah, the plot with the what do they call them? The Residents of Hyde Street is really good, and I want to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, it's
Very
very
fun.
Twilight Zone-esque, and then
Very
Speaking of-
goosebumpsy too.
There's a new Twilight Zone comic
there
coming out this week.
is.
Oh shit! Each issue, I think, is going to have a different writer artist. So it's all supposed to be just like the old TV show, where it's
So
different weird story to throw you into, and
hopefully they do one of those singing covers when you open it up and it just plays the Twilight theme. And that'd be like the only way to really intro that.
They did the Energon sound chip editions or
It
whatever.
can be
So.
Keep them coming.
It just costs $20.
Sweet, and events coming up. We have local comic shop day. That's this Saturday.
Ooh
LCSD.
Holy cow! Do you guys want to say what we have planned at all, or do you want to wait?
I mean, definitely tell people about the dollar boxes, y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna have over. I think we're already in the 40 to close to 40.
Yeah.
40 long boxes of dollar stuff that's not really dollar stuff that we
Never been put out into our boxes.
yes, they've never been touched.
Unreal good dollar books.
The only people that have handled them are me, Jake, and Tyler.
Billy and Ella and Will.
And there might just be a fill box deal that we're gonna run.
Bring a short box, get a short box.
Yeah, so we'll be announcing more of that as the week goes on.
Any other events we have coming up? I think that's it.
Book club on Thursday. So if you hear this,
If you listen to
and
this
you wanna
tomorrow.
come to book club, you got to read. They call it Send Me really quickly.
Yeah, it's a quick read.
But that should be a fun or a really not fun discussion.
Very.
But a good time.
Yes.
Regardless, and
I'm excited for it.
and then we're doing a fall Halloween Comic Fest sort of deal
Yeah.
on October 25th. At the shops and at Flytrap Brewery, so that'll be really cool. We got some more details coming soon on that.
And for the next episode of Comic Shop Talk, we got a little spooktacular Halloween special planned, so you're not going to want to miss
And Daniel
that.
Warren Johnson will be here.
And I'm going to be fighting James Tiny.
And Jose is getting a tattoo of my face on his arm.
Yeah, that's a lot
It's
going on.
that's
in
a
the
lot
episode.
going on. Yeah,
We
yeah.
really jumped in.
Where are we
on it.
putting the tattoo artist, and how do you deal with the mic on that?
Yeah, it's just, you just hear the
That's just part of the ambiance of it. So.
Makes you feel like you're there.
Sweet, awesome. Well, thanks for joining, guys, and we will see y'all soon. Oh, send us your questions, please. No one has sent us any questions. We will try our best to answer them. But you can send them to jose@mlcshop.com. You can send them through our Instagram or Discord. And shoot, you know what? No, probably not. I was gonna say you can just text them to our shop phones, but they will get lost, so don't do that.